Coach, can you discuss Tyler's uptick in scoring, and if you see a reason why that's happened?
Well, not necessarily, John. I think just he's a great player, and I think that he has an ability to score the ball. Not every great player is a very good scorer, but he is, and he can score in a variety of ways. I think it's just how things present themselves. The most impressive game I think that I've had with him was the Clemson game when we didn't play very well, but he played a really good game. And I think the most important thing at this stage of his career that I talk to him about is confidence and just little individual things that he can do to express that confidence when he's playing. And I think when he does that, he's awfully hard to guard and a great scorer.
You've never had a player here average 20 points. Is this the year?
I have no idea. I don't know what he's averaging. I wouldn't have known that stat. I have no idea.
Do people guard him differently?
Yes, I would say, he sees different. He sees different defenses in terms of how aggressively they play him. Probably. I think he'll see a smaller guy on him for stretches of the game to try to get underneath him. That's very uncomfortable for somebody who's a little bit taller. But yeah, they really try to. He's obviously the first guy on the scouting report, and I think he sees a lot of different defenses, almost all within man-to-man, but a lot of different ways in which he's guarded.
You hear a lot in the NBA about these 3-and-D guys. Is he that kind of guy?
That's interesting.
Danny Green.
Yeah.
Can
Well,
guard multiple positions.
Right. I would say I think Tyler's best attribute is his rebounding. And I feel that it's largely not an issue for the NBA teams that we've spoken to. And I don't know what that is in terms of how they view the game and prospects, but I think that's his best quality as a basketball player. So yes, I think he could be a 3-and-D guy, but I think he's more than that. I think he's shown this year his sense for the game and passing and playmaking is improved, which not only does that mean, okay, it's better now, but it has shown the ability to improve some more as he gets older. And I wouldn't think he needs to be limited to a 3-and-D guy. And even though that sounds like a small package of things to do, being a 3-and-D guy, to be able to shoot 3-point shots in the NBA and defend in the NBA, that's a really tough thing. So as much as that's a casual reference in evaluating prospects, I don't think there are many true guys that actually do it to the level of their liking. I just think it's something that, you have versatile players at a particular size. You can guard many because they can switch and make 3-point shots. But that's not just because it sounds simple. It's not an easy thing to do at that level.
It seemed like in the second half he went to the rim more.
Yeah.
Than in the past. Do you see him possibly doing that more? Like we always talk about 3 levels.
Yeah.
Do you see him maybe attacking the rim as opposed to centering?
I do, and I think that the way he did it on Wednesday was almost perfect in that, he took these opportunities very aggressively within our offense, and then he makes our team offense that much more dynamic because there's a certain pattern that the team is used to guarding, and then that aggressive drive by a really fast, explosive player is that much more disruptive for the defense. So I do think that he needs to find those opportunities and be aggressive on those opportunities, and I hope he continues to do that.
Maybe Kane plays defensively. Do you see that more tomorrow night?
Yeah, I think they're going to play him very aggressively. I think that's the style of their program, is to be aggressive and physical. Therefore, I think he'll get the brunt of that. And so, to be honest, I think his cutting is going to be very important when he doesn't have the ball. He's a tremendous cutter, a great cutter. I think that could really play to our advantage tomorrow. And I think he'll get the brunt of the aggressiveness on defense.
I'm sure you've noticed his other number, 40 minutes a game for the past 2 or 3. Yeah. Is that at all a concern, especially with what you just talked about, that teams are, trying to rough him up a little bit?
Yeah, believe me, we've subbed pretty liberally with the other guys. Tyler, he has the best stamina of anyone I've seen. That's, our guards have just about all been able to play the entire game. Tyler fits that mold and that he can really play and doesn't get very tired. We're looking for opportunities to get him out, and we haven't found too many recently.
In your view, what's caused this scoring uptick, this surge that you've had the past couple of weeks?
Yeah, just aggression, being aggressive, putting pressure on the defense, and then just playing my game, playing off my teammates, and just letting the game come to me.
Have you noted this year people are guarding you differently without the veteran people they're used to seeing?
It's had different. Like I said, it's just a flow of the game, letting the game come to me, not trying to do too much and just putting pressure on the defense, like I said before.
Hey, did you see a scenario where you'd return to Richmond next year?
You know, the future's up in the air. You don't know what's going to happen. I'm kind of just focused on Duquesne tomorrow.
Do you consider at all where you could have been now, where you might have been now, what you might have been doing now, had in late June you decided differently?
Maybe sometimes, like if I'm asleep at night, I have a dream. But I'm really just focused on every single day and just making the most of my opportunity now.
Is it difficult to focus here when there are great possibilities ahead?
No, you know, this is where I want to be. This is where I chose to be, and this is where I have the most fun. You know, playing basketball every night with these guys, this great group of guys, is my favorite thing to do, and that's just what I take advantage of every single day.
Your three-point numbers are up. Is there a reason?
Just flow, letting the game come to me. Before, in the beginning of the season, I think I was jacking a little bit, looking for the three too much. Now I'm just letting my game just play and scoring at all three levels and knocking down the three consistently from a flow perspective.
Hey, lastly for me, through the last 2 or 3 years, had you seriously considered leaving Richmond and going someplace else where, well, that happens these days?
No, you know, I love Coach Mooney. I love the program. I love my teammates last year. I love my teammates this year. It's my favorite place to be, like I said before. So, no, I haven't really considered leaving.
How good a condition do you feel that you are in? You've become the 40-minute man, you know.
Yeah, I mean, I feel like I'm in great shape. I think being in shape hasn't ever really been an issue for me. I always try to stay in tip-top shape to be able to compete for 40 minutes and 50 minutes if need be, whatever it is. But, yeah, just don't want to get tired on the floor.
Are there points where you have felt tired, like maybe you glanced to the bench like you could use a breather?
Maybe one time, I forget what game it was, but I think we went like 6 minutes, 7 minutes right at the beginning of the game with no media. Got a little tough for everybody out there, but other than that, no, not too bad.
Where are you most comfortable on the floor? Because you just mentioned you're a three-level scorer, and Isaiah said the same thing about you after the game. You're a three-level scorer. Where are you most comfortable scoring-wise on the floor?
On the floor, you know. I mean, that's really where I'm most comfortable, just on the floor in general. Whatever the defense wants to do, however they want to guard me, I'm just gonna play my game and get to my spots and knock them down.
You mentioned letting the game come to you. How do you kind of balance that when you are the number one option and you want to get your guys involved, but you also feel that you can take over at certain points of the game?
Yeah, and that's also letting the game come to you. You know, when guys aren't scoring or the team might be a little slow, it's like, yeah, this is my time to really ramp it up, bring some energy into the stadium, and just attack the rim and attack the defense and just put pressure on them.
You talked at the beginning of the year about being that leader now that Grant's gone, Jacob's gone. How do you feel that's been going for you to this point, through some ups and downs with this team and your leadership role?
Yeah, I think it's coming along pretty well. It's just a daily thing, you know. Every single day you got to bring it, whether that's with your voice, whether that's with your actions, and I think I'm doing a pretty good job learning when to do so.
Hey, the other night while you were waiting to go on TV, you kind of looked over and said, 4 steals. Why did that please you so much?
I mean, Jacob Gilliard's the all-time steals leader, and he's gotten 4 steals before, and I love to tell him when I'm up there competing with him. So I think he told me my career high was 4. Had no clue. But yeah, you know, just 4 steals. It was kind of shocking to me. I didn't really think I had 4 steals at the time, so just wanted to be like Gilly.
What did you want to do this year, like as a focus for your improvement coming into this year? Was there something in particular?
Nothing in particular, I guess. I just wanted to be better in all aspects of the game, and then I just wanted to help my team win, really. That's all I came back to do, is just help the team win and just be a good leader.
Do you have a goal in terms of a scoring average? Nobody at Richmond has averaged 20 or more since '92. Would that be something that you would like to do?
I mean, yeah, you know, I'm always open to setting a record, but no, I don't have any real goals in that case. I just, like I said, just want to come out here and compete and help these guys win.
You guys aren't the only team with these records, but why is the home-road split so significant? I mean, almost never losing at home and having been able to win a true road game yet.
Yeah, you know, I mean, we're a young team, like we always talk about. We have guys that have seen some things as like last year, but we're still a young team at heart, and it's tough to win on the road, especially in conference. It's really tough to win road games, and I think it's just a learning curve. You just got to keep learning, keep pushing. There's been times down on the road where we had the game sealed and we might have made a mistake or two that cost us the game. But like I said, it's a learning experience. So we got to learn from that. And when we're in these situations again, can't let that happen.
Much amongst the team has there been talk about building not chemistry, consistency. You know, it's been like Bob was saying, great at home, not so great on the road, but building that consistency as you're now in conference play.
Yeah, you know, I think that's just Richmond basketball, is just trying to be as consistent as possible. The way we play our offense, we're always moving, we're always passing, we're always cutting. That's consistent. What we do in practice every day, very consistent. The only thing that changes is the scouting report based on the team. But yeah, that's just Richmond basketball in general, just being consistent and coming in and giving your all and doing the same thing every single day.
You keep in touch with Golden and Gilliard, sort of get any sort of feedback on how they're liking, disliking what they're doing.
Yeah, I talked to Jacob this morning. I talked to Grant last night. Talked to him pretty much every week, once, twice a week, about anything. You know, if I need to run something by them, I'll ask them a question. But most of the time, it's just like, I want to make sure they're good. They're making sure I'm good. And yeah, if I have a problem or a question, I'll just bounce it right off of them.